Thank you, Chairman. I wanted to speak strongly in favor of Mr. Smith's amendment, adding the language that we would call on the government of the People's Republic of China to abandon its coercive population control policy, which includes forced abortion and involuntary sterilization. Let me thank you, though, Mr. Chairman, for bringing this important resolution. I appreciate the sentiment behind HRES 1370. As I said years ago when the International Olympic Committee chose Beijing as the site of the 2008 Olympics, I believe it was a historic error to do so, the Olympics being a symbol of human freedom. The selection of Beijing and the People's Republic of China was, I think, historically wrong. I am mindful of maybe some of the last comments the late former Chairman Tom Lantos made before this committee, in which he said memorably to a panel of witnesses that China, the People's Republic of China, is a police state, and we should have no other view. Mr. Smith's meritorious amendment points out the fact that forced abortion is official policy in the People's Republic of China. An example of the Hainan Province Population and Family Planning Regulations, Article 25, provide, quote, under any of the following conditions, necessary remedial measures shall be taken and the pregnancy terminated under the guidance of family planning technical service workers. Those circumstances include pregnancy out of wedlock, pregnancy without a certificate for the birth of a child where the party already has one child, pregnancy after improperly obtaining a certificate for the birth of a child. All that sounds rather antiseptic and rather official and rather legal. Here's how it works out. According to Time Magazine's report, in September of 2005, 2 days before Li Juan's due date, men from the family planning office came. They pinned her down on a bed in a local clinic, she says, and drove the needle into her abdomen until it entered the 9-month-old baby girl in her womb. Quote, at first I could feel my child kicking a lot, said the 23-year-old. Then after a while I couldn't feel her moving anymore. 10 hours later, Li delivered the girl she had intended to name Shuang, meaning bright in her native tongue. The baby was dead. To be absolutely sure, says Li, the officials dunked the infant's body for several minutes in a bucket of water beside the bed. All she could think about, recalls Li, was how she would hire a gang of thugs to take revenge on the people who killed her baby. That, according to September 12, 2005, Time Magazine at time.com. Another example in the New York Sun. Xinyani's water had already broken in September of 2000 when 10 family planning officials forced their way into her house, grabbed her by her arms, and bundled her into a car. 9 months pregnant, Jin could do little to fight off the men as they forced her into a nearby abortion clinic. One of the officials said, quote, come with us. No one will let you have your baby. I got on my knees and begged them after they took me to the clinic and said I wanted to give birth to my daughter. I'd already named her Yang Jin, said Jin. At the clinic, Jin was injected with a large poison-filled syringe, and her husband arrived just in time to witness the removal of her dead baby's body. Jin's crime was to become pregnant by her fiancé of 5 months before she married him at the age of 20, which is the legal minimum. In addition, her husband had tried to prevent any trouble ahead by agreeing to pay a fine and even whining and dining local officials. That according to the New York Sun, and also was published in a Japanese newspaper. It has been the long-standing policy of the United States of America since 1985 in Camp Caston to prevent foreign aid of this country from flowing to any organization that participates in the management of a program of coerced abortion, voluntary sterilization. And so I think this very meritorious resolution, Mr. Chairman, that you've brought before this committee would be improved significantly if we were to take this opportunity to address what is a barbaric practice of forced abortions in China and use this opportunity in the sun for Beijing and for the People's Republic of China to be held to account. Because maybe the silver lining of this historic error would be to shine the light of liberty and life in that dark place and perhaps begin to bring about a fundamental change where the people of China